Okay, so Destiny 2 Faction Rally, first one of 2018. Got a whole lot of negative feedback out there. Well, this footage that you're looking at here was recorded on the last day, in the evening of the last day of that Faction Rally, when I had about an hour to spare. Hadn't logged in a little bit, and I wanted to just do a little experiment to see what I could do with the Faction Rally, how many tokens I could collect just playing the game normally in the post-patch world with the Lost Sector chest throttle active. Now, just to be clear about my position on this, I think that the addition of the Lost Sector throttle was dumb, the way it was done, because they didn't tell anybody about it. I think that it absolutely needed to be fixed. I think the glitch that was there, or the exploit rather, that was there was ridiculous, and people spending an hour just walking back and forth and getting literally, not even exaggerated, but literally 500 or more tokens doing absolutely nothing but walking back and forth between two spots. That was dumb too. So that absolutely needed to be fixed. I think that the throttles are okay. I think they're not the best ideas, and certainly Bungie knows that, but it was very dumb of them to implement such an obvious fix, such an impactful fix, without telling anybody about it. Anyway, I went on with my least played character, pledged it to New Monarchy, having not pledged any character this time around to New Monarchy. Up to this point, I knew they were going to win anyway, but I did ultimately want to get some of their shaders, the new shaders, before the thing was over, so it was good to have this time. And I just went in to do Lost Sectors and public events, just legit. You know, I don't know of any glitches now. Maybe there still are some. I don't know of any exploits, but just playing the way that I normally do. Now, I do tend to stack things up. If I see a high-value target, I'll take it. If I have some challenges that can be completed by doing patrols, if there are any of the easy patrols that are just for killing random things, you know, I'll pick those up and just stack as much stuff as possible to get extra experience, extra planetary tokens, and a chance for extra engrams. I did not have 3 of coins going during this experiment, just because I forgot about it. I literally just forgot about it, because my characters are all at 335 now anyway, so I don't really need the extra light, and I think I've unlocked all of the available exotics as well at this point, the ones that can just drop. So at first I did Lost Sectors and public events together, you know, stacking them as much as possible. I did encounter the throttle once. I tried to keep track of time decently well, but going through public events was actually going a lot more quickly than I expected. So I ended up at one point doing a Lost Sector before it was time, and then that locked out. And I just decided ultimately for most of the hour to just do public events, because that's what I'm used to. That's what I've done for XP to get the bright engrams, you know, in previous weeks. And it's just a way to get stuff done quickly. Also good for getting your clan XP, good for getting the exotic engrams, you know, the chance for them when you're not yet at max light. And they're fun enough. Most people know how to turn them heroic these days, so most of them end up going heroic before the folks who don't know are able to finish it off. And yeah, it's just a nice high-paced, fast-paced activity, and I do switch from planet to planet. I don't wait around. If I get to a point where I'm going to have to wait more than a minute, I will go to another planet and just keep everything rolling. I try to not go to public events or public event areas if it's going to be more than, let's say, 45 seconds before one is about to begin. So just keeping it going. I enjoy it. And at the end of the 1 hour, I tried to time it just to 1 hour, and I realized that I had decided to go back to the tower before I checked, and when I got to the tower I realized I had 78 tokens. So that's not a very round number. Doesn't allow you to get full use of your tokens to get the reward. So I went back out to the field, did another one public event. Ended up taking me a total of 1 hour and 7 minutes to get 82 tokens. So that's not too bad. Just over an hour. And I wasn't being as efficient as I should have at the beginning. To get 82, I think, is completely reasonable. I think that the game doesn't deserve nearly as much hate as it's getting these days. Bungie definitely deserves to get called out for their dumb mistakes and for making changes that affect all the players without actually telling anybody. I think that the folks at Bungie who are responsible for communicating things aren't even being told about this stuff themselves. So there's probably a little problem, and I've seen this having worked in product development, where you get some groups, sometimes in engineering, that are very insular and that just are all about getting their work done and moving forward and being as efficient as possible and just trying to tackle what's on the plate, and then they just get the work done and stuff doesn't necessarily get communicated out, and then that trickles on out to all of the players. But the game is definitely not broken by the Lost Sector temporary fix, the temporary throttle there. You can still get a ton of tokens pretty easily when those events are on. So I don't know about anybody else, but I'm still enjoying the game when I get in there, and I think this was a successful enough experiment and made me feel much better after seeing so much negativity about the faction rallies. Anyway, just wanted to share that because I recorded it and it was an experience that was of interest to me. Maybe it'll be of interest to someone else, maybe not. But anyway, if you got to this point, congratulations and thank you. I'll talk to you again whenever I can.
We were amazing.
Your logs describe many similar victories, so I am not surprised. Instead, I am delighted.